So, should you skateboard into your 30s? Well, the answer is obviously yes, because I'm making the video. But there are more reasons to that. When you're turning 30, you might feel like you don't have time to do workouts or anything, and it might just be uninteresting to you. That's why I suggest skateboarding. It's the perfect workout. It lets you work out and get your workout in, and also have something productive that you can do and get better at over time. And if it's just for fun and just for working out, then the 30s is the perfect time to start skating. Practice can also be safe. A lot of younger people I see on YouTube will argue that like you can't practice without getting hurt, but that's just not true. You can always practice in the grass, and you can practice with your safety equipment on. That leads me into my next rant, which is you should always wear your helmet, and the pads should be optional, because you're going to get hurt no matter whether you wear pads. Whether you're wearing everything or you're wearing nothing, you're going to get scraped up around your body. The thing you need to protect most is always your head. If you're going to get into skating at an old age, or even a young age, you should be thinking about protecting your head for the future, because skateboarding isn't going to sustain you long time as a career, most likely. You're going to want to learn tricks if you want to have something agile to keep yourself productive throughout the day. The cool thing about tricks is you can learn them, and as you learn more, you can kind of chain the tricks together and start inventing your own sort of chains of tricks. Or even if you come up with a trick that's never been done before, you can even create a trick and name it after yourself or whatever. Skateboarding is still relatively new to society. It was made back in, I think, the 60s or 70s. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, maybe 50s. Someone just ripped the skates off of a skate, and like rollerblade skates, and they put them on a 2x4, and from there it was just cool. And then if you don't think tricks are fun or anything, there's also riding. Riding a skateboard is a great way to just get around quickly, slightly quicker than walking, and about as fast as running maybe, but with less effort. Of course, it's not as good as a bike, but let's say you're just a block or two away from school, you might want to consider skateboarding instead of getting on a bike for 5 seconds every day. Riding alternatives can include things like longboards or cruisers. Again, if you're just riding a block or two, you won't really need to worry about that, but say school is maybe 5 blocks away or 10 blocks away. For 5 blocks, you would want to think about a cruiser. For 10 blocks, you might want to think about a longboard. The reason being, cruisers are basically just short longboards. Longboards are just long cruisers, and they get you to places. That's basically all they do. There are tricks you can learn on both cruisers and longboards, but it's mostly just like carving and carving like a surfer so that you can get further, and then, you know, power sliding and stuff like that. But side note, you can carry more than you can on a bike while you're skateboarding. They are fun, and that's the whole point of this, is to have fun. Last but not least, alcohol. Right, so at the end of this, half of this I was actually drunk, and during this I am 3 or 4 drinks in to recording as I'm recording this. Alcohol is one of those things that is rarely mentioned with skateboarding and drugs in general, and it's so synonymous with it, unfortunately, because it's alternative culture. So I want to just say, if you're doing that stuff, be careful. In this video, you'll see me, I'm 2 or 3 drinks in and doing 180s. I don't recommend that, but if you're going to, absolutely wear your helmet, at least, like I am. And, you know, be safe. Don't skate around when you've had 6 drinks or anything like that. But other than that, skating in your 30s is a great way to get exercise, get more agile, build up some cardio muscles, as well as, surprisingly, you'll be using your, not your arms, but your core. You'll be using your body more than you would expect, because when you're skating, there's actually 2 center of masses, and one is your skateboard and one is your body. And how skating works is controlling those 2 center of masses. And I guess you could even say there's a third one, which would be between your body and your board. So 3 center of masses, really, but people like to narrow it down to just the one on the board, and that's not a great physics way to think of it. You have 3 center of masses to work at. All right, so if we're thinking of those 3 center of masses, what are they? It's going to be your chest, your pelvis, roughly, around your leg area, and then your board. And yeah, just have fun, learn. If you like physics, it's actually a very fun way to learn physics. Cheers.
Almost.